Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. As you've seen throughout the week, this week's theme is sports. So, for that, today I have a super fun sports craft. We will be making a DIY foam finger, and I say that in quotes because it is not made out of foam. We are making this out of paper instead. So, there's only a few things you need. As I said, you will need paper. I'm just using white paper. You could use any colored paper or patterned paper that you have that you'd like. And then you're going to need decorating supplies. So this is kind of up to you. I have some markers that I'm going to use today. You could also use crayons or any stickers or glue and glitter or paint. I also have little decorative tape that I'm going to use, but as for decorative supplies, it kind of is up to you. And then you will need a scissors, and lastly you'll need a stapler or tape to kind of go around the edge and create the outline for it. But without further ado, I will just jump in. And one thing about the paper, you do want to make sure that the paper is at least larger than your hand, because we will be measuring with our hand on there today. But other than that, you only need those few simple things. Alright. So, as I said, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to measure our hand. So, because we want to have two sides to our foam finger, I'm going to rip out 2 sheets of paper. And then I will place this to the side. Alright, so as you can see, I have 2 pieces of paper here. And then you can take a pen or a pencil or anything you have. I'm just going to grab a marker. Alright. So I just took this darker marker here as a way to outline. So the first thing that you want to do is you kind of want to create a glove shape, I would say, around your hand. So I'm just going to set this piece of paper to the side quick. And I'm going to lay my hand out, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my 3 fingers and my thumb in and just leave my pointer finger out. So it's kind of hard to put your hand down like that, but I'm just going to kind of keep it like this, and then you kind of just want to see that overall shape with the one out. And then from there, you're going to go around your hand like that, pretty wide. You don't want to go really close to your hand, otherwise your hand will not fit in the foam finger at the end of this. So I'm going to start here. Alright, so I went around my 3 fingers up here, and then as for my thumb, we're going to kind of create a U like that. Alright. So now that I just kind of have a baseline of what that looks like, I'm going to redo it one more time onto this piece of paper. Alright, so this is the shape that we have for our hand. So again, making sure your hand will fit inside is important. And then the last thing we are going to do is we're going to cut this shape out twice. So I'm just going to look at this shape here, and then I'm going to place my second piece of paper right underneath that, and then I'm going to follow the line on the outside and just cut that right out. Just a second. Just going to take a picture of this for our blog post so you guys can follow along there. But again, I'm just cutting out the rest of the finger. Alright, so now I have it fully cut out. Take a picture of that again. Alright, so now that I have it cut out, this is what it looks like. So I have my first thumb finger as well as a copy. So as you can see, this was kind of my like rough draft of it, and it's not that well, but it doesn't really matter because this one is tucked behind the first one anyways. But now what we are going to do is we are going to decorate the front, and another option is to decorate the back. So there's a few things that you could do for this. You could either write your name on it. You could write like #1 fan, like if you've ever seen like foam fingers at like baseball games or any other sports games. You could also write the name of your favorite team, whatever team that is. It could be your hometown team, it could be a basketball team, football team, anything you want. So you kind of have, you can go any route you would like for that. This is the part that any other decoration tools come into play. So as I showed you, I am just going to be using markers, but I also have some tapes, so I will use those. But if you have stickers, this is the time to use those, as well as if you're using any other decorative tools such as glue and glitter or anything else like that. But so now we will get to decorating. So as I said, you can put your name or a favorite team. So I'm gonna put #1 fan on the front of this one. So I'm simply just going to write out #1. Alright. Alright, so as you guys can see here, I just wrote number 1 fan on there. As well, I said you guys could do a mascot or anything. So let's say your team is the Tigers. You could write Go Tigers somewhere on your foam finger, so I'm going to do that. So on the fingers here, I just wrote Go Tigers. And then you can just kind of decorate however you want. So because I did tigers, just gonna draw a little paw print. Just like that. Obviously, I'm just doing this as an example. If your mascot is something else, you obviously don't have to follow this. This is just, I'm trying to give you guys some ideas as to what you can do. I also said you could put your own name on there if you would like, or you could do like the last name of a fan or last name of a player you really like. So I'll just do I'll do the last name Smith. That's a pretty common last name. And you don't have to do last names if you don't want. You could always put a first name. You could put your own first name. You could put your favorite player of your sports team or a friend of yours. So here now it says number 1 fan Smith. So you could always, right after number 1 fan, I'm gonna put of, so now it says number 1 fan of Smith. Let's say you are rooting for a sports team and Smith has a certain number. You could always go in and put like go number 15 or go number 22. So just by Smith's name, I'm gonna say go number 7. So that's if, say, Smith's number was 7. We just have that added on there. Some other things you could do, you could just do some designs. So you could add in some stripes. Alright, so that's what the stripes look like. You could also add some polka dots or something, or you could do kind of like zigzag lines or anything. You could do kind of an up and down line pattern, kind of an Aztec. I guess it's more like chevron. I'll show you guys what I mean, like that. You could also do some polka dots. Just wherever you like. Basically any design choices that you want to make. If you have stickers, obviously, as I said, you can put stickers down. I don't, but I do have this tape, so I'm going to take pieces of this tape and kind of put it down. The first piece that I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it down at the bottom. And I kind of went over the edges a little bit, but I'm just going to tuck that behind it. So I used a piece of yellow tape. Let's see, I have some more. I have this pink tape. You can basically use it anywhere you want. I used it on the top here. But you can kind of take it any route that you want. It's really up to you on how you want to decorate it. Some other things that you could write. Let's say, you could write, obviously you could do the mascot. I kind of did a paw to represent the mascot, but if you know how to draw a tiger or your mascot, you could do that as well. I don't really know how to draw a tiger. I know how to draw a kitten. So I guess I'll just do that. Alright, so here I kind of drew a kitten face, but we'll pretend it's a tiger for this video. And then I'm going to go around and just add in some more paws. Obviously, if you're not doing this, you don't have to add paws. Another thing, let's say you are making this to go to a sporting event. As you can see on here, I have #1 fan of Smith, go number 7. You could always write like who this is from. Say you're like giving this to somebody. So here I'm just going to say from, put 2 little dots, and put my initials. So I just put from KC up above. There's kind of an open space down here by my go number 7, so for that I'm just going to draw an exclamation point. You could also just go around different things. So I'm gonna go back over my Go Tigers sign just because it's not that bolded. So I want it to be seen. So I just went over and darkened that up. Some other patterns that you could do if you wanted to do some more patterns. Obviously I showed you these lines here. You could do lines kind of at a diagonal instead. You can kind of do them in any direction you want, but these are just some ideas. Alright, but I think we will leave it at this for now. So here is our decoration. And then the last part of this is you want to place both of them on top of each other, and then we are going to connect them all around the edges. So we don't want to glue these together because then your hand couldn't go in. But so as I said, you can either use a stapler or you can use tape. So for the stapler, all you want to do is make sure you have your two pieces together. Go right along the side. I don't know if you can see that. I'm right on the side. And then just press down your stapler. So there you have it. And so I would say about every inch or so. Oops, this one didn't go through. We'll try that again. I might need to press it down instead of holding it. That works better sometimes. Yep. I would say every inch or so would be helpful, just to kind of keep these together. But you want to stay close to the edge because you don't want that middle to kind of become one, because that is what will help your finger be able to go in. And then as you're going around, just make sure, the table's so loud, just make sure that you have it lined up how you want it. You don't want that back piece to kind of shift at all. For the fingers here, I'm just going to do staples right across the tops. So 1, 2, and 3. And then again, we're gonna go right down the side. About every inch or so. All right. All right, so now we have it all stapled up. And lastly, we're going to put our foam finger on. So this is what it looks like. So just as a reminder, you don't want to staple or tape that bottom portion because that is where your finger goes. But just like that, it is all finished. You could go back and decorate the back if you'd like. Obviously I gave you some ideas on the front here that you could use on the back. Otherwise it's up to you. I'm just gonna leave it blank. I think it looks fine like that. But here is this. It was super easy. The outlining can be a little bit difficult, but if you take your time, it's not that hard. As you can tell, my hand only really fits in this bottom part, but what's nice about that is it still is as functional. My finger at the top kinda can reach. I don't know if you can see it in there. Obviously I can't bend it or anything, but that's because it's paper. But just like a foam finger that you would wear, like that you would buy somewhere, normally your hand only goes in the bottom portion anyways. But here you have it. Here is your finished product. But yeah, if you guys end up doing this project, I would love to see yours in the comments below. I will also be putting mine in the pictures in the comments below, as well as I will leave the flyer for everything you need, just as a reminder to create this craft. But Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys have an awesome day and the rest of your week.